All right, you guys, we're back. Um, let's see. The next the next question is from TJ, Fat Kings TJ. He actually had a couple of them. First one, it says, "Do you feel less Mexican the skinnier you get?" The last video I posted of the package I got, I was talking about, I was opening the box with a knife and it slipped and I stabbed my finger with a knife. But as I was talking, I was saying how, being Mexican, I'm good at working a knife. That's what Mexicans do. We're good at knives. And right as I said that, I slipped and jammed my finger, or stabbed my finger. So that's where the question comes from. No, I don't feel less Mexican. I did have to get some. That's why the video I made to remind you guys that I was gonna be on Renew. The music in the background was Tejano, because I think that was the video. I just kind of had to get my mindset back in the right frame. But the other question he asked was, he says, Charles Barkley infamously made a comment that for every 35 pounds you lose, you gain 1 inch in penis size. Do you find this to hold true? He asked this on Renew. I didn't think they were going to ask it, and they did. I'm going to have to say I do find that to be true. I want to be respectful here. There's women watching, but it's definitely much bigger. But I don't think that that's because it grows. Like I said on Renew, I think all the girth around it just kind of shrinks up, and now it's more visible, so it just looks bigger. But I think I could say I find that to hold true. Let's see. Glow Henderson asks, any regrets about having weight loss surgery? Absolutely not. It's been the best thing I ever did. And it might sound cliche, but I wish I would have done it years ago. But I really, really do wish I would have done it years ago. Now there are like right after surgery, immediately after surgery, after waking up, as some of you can probably attest to, that pain, that moment when you first wake up, was the absolute worst. At that point, I was regretting the surgery, and I remember they had to hold me down. I kept like saying, "Take it away, take it away," just because the pain was just so bad. And for that brief moment, when first waking up, I did regret it. But now I don't. I mean, there are times when like I wish that I could eat certain foods. Like right now, I can't have any barbecue still, and that I'm in Texas, and that's all we eat down here, and I absolutely love that shit. And so there are times that I want to be able to go and have that, and I can't, and I'm like, man, I wish I didn't have the surgery. So there's a little regret in that sense, but I don't regret at all the decision to have surgery. Now some of these questions are going to be similar to one another, but so I might answer them more than once. Michael May asks, has sex changed post-op? If so, how? Hell yeah, it has. I think the second guy I ever started following was, he doesn't make videos either anymore. I think it was Steve Smith was his name. He made a video about this, talking about this, and when I watched it, I thought, wow, I was like kind of excited. Like I can't wait to get to that point. And he just, was talking about how great the sex is now. And man, I gotta tell you, it's good. going from having it, I mean, I was happy to get it once a month, not because that's all that I could get it. My wife is like, and the whole time we've been together, she's never like denied me from having sex, ever. And I mean, it's just something, it's something we talked about early on, and that's never been an issue. But, you know, being so big, you run out of energy quick, and it's just not something that you want to do all the time. Now, I might have to stop this video and go have stuff. But it's great now, and it's multiple times a week. Different positions, different locations. It's been good. It's good. So yes, it has changed. And Chris Martin asked, kind of on tagging onto that, piggybacking that, says, were the lights on or off before, and how about now? The lights were off before. Now it doesn't matter. It could be at night, during the day. It doesn't matter. And now I'm like, I kind of want them on, right? Because I'm like, I kind of feel proud, and it doesn't matter now if they're on or off. Actually on, I find that to be a much more turn on. Let's see. Chris also asked, is there a certain food you stick with that causes... I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It says, is there a certain food you stick with because you know they work for you? Fish, salmon, tilapia, tuna. One of my favorite snacks is take pepperoni or turkey pepperoni, and I use this fat-free pizza blend cheese, and I'll put it in the toaster oven, so you get like this layer of just cheese and pepperoni, or cheese and turkey pepperoni. And that burnt cheese, oh man, that's the best. I love burnt cheese. My wife will ask me what I want for dinner, and I'm like, you can eat whatever you want because I want that cheese. But fish, tuna, of course the protein shakes. Chicken, chicken is still an issue for me. I have it baked, but I still can't get it. Well, I can take it in, but not very much, and it's still a small issue. Of course, there are like fruit, certain snacks, but food wise, fish, it's probably the one thing I have the most. Let's see, she asks, how has your weight loss affected your marriage? I kind of answered that earlier. It really hasn't affected it a whole lot in a negative way. Well, go back and my answer about the sex, obviously it's affected it in a good way. Has your wife changed her eating habits at all? She has. We used to eat out, like we would cook maybe twice a week and eat out every other night of the week. And now, she eats, the fish, the vegetables, those types of things that I do as well. So she's definitely changed her habits, as I've been on this journey. Has your weight loss affected any of your relationships with family? Has it brought you closer to them, or made some distant? It hasn't made anybody distant. In fact, it's actually brought us closer. My mother started to get on this health kick, and to lose weight. My brother got him, and he got his family on board to do it. Every time I see him at church, he's like telling me how much weight he's lost, the wife lost, the kids have lost. So they see me, and other family members see me, and they're just really encouraging and supportive. So it hasn't affected any of them in a negative way. Let's see. Audrey Warbinski, she asks, who was your favorite superhero when you were a kid? Superman. I think it goes back to watching the old Superman. Let me get some light in here. That looks a little weird. I think it goes back to watching the old Superman movies, and you know, back then as a kid, they were like really cool. You watch them now and they just look so generic, but I love those Superman movies. So he was my favorite superhero as a kid. And then she asks, so is it true that everything's bigger in Texas? Go back and listen to the answer to TJ's question. Buffy, our good friend Buffy, she asked, which Rocky movie was the best and which one was the worst and why? The Rocky movies are my absolute all-time favorite movies. If they're on, I'll watch them every time. I got the DVD box set, and I can pop a movie in and watch it the whole time. My favorite one is when he fights the Russian, and you know, when Apollo dies. That one was my all-time favorite. It's just something about that one that I really dig. The one I hate the most, my least favorite one, is the stupid one with Tommy Gunn, or in real life his name is Tommy Morrison. I thought that was just dumb. And I also like Balboa, the last one he made, where Adrian, you know, had passed on. I like that one. And Buffy also asks, where do you see yourself in a year? Weight loss wise, professional life, and in your personal life. Weight loss wise, I'm hoping to be at goal. I've always said, you know, there isn't a number that I just want to get to, you know, where I feel healthy, and that's true. But if I can, you know, lose another 100 pounds, get in the 230s to 240s, anything under 250, you know, I would be happy with that. So hopefully in a year, by now, that's where I'll be, another 100 pounds down. In my professional life, you know, I love working with kids, especially at-risk youth. And, you know, I would love to do something in that field, you know, that helps those people. In my personal life, I don't know. You know, still here, obviously. I hope in a year from now I'm able to say that I've done so many things that I would have never thought of doing before. You know, having a child would be amazing. You know, so hopefully that's where I'll be. Alright, I'm gonna stop this video here and start on part 3. So you guys stick around.